Hi, this is Jonathan with Sojourners Awake. This is part 3 of Escape from Skull Island. So, once again, right in the middle of the adventure, we jump in to see Vladmir, Ellie, and Caspian as they discover themselves kidnapped and imprisoned by Captain Festerwound, captain of the Stygian carriage. So, our story continues. Moments before, you see a hooded a hooded woman, one you had not seen before, and she gives a sharp whistle, leaving behind, within 50 feet of you, a pack of your supplies. She disappears into the night shadow, and the explosion rings out on one of the ships, an old ship that was a skeleton of a ship that was docked into this port, now blasts forth, causing a distraction. You remember the words of Aram, who promised a distraction, promised your supplies, and yet you see that 150 feet from you, as he so indicated, there is a tunnel supposedly leading to the Temple of Fire inside the volcano. Yeah, with still some initiative, Vladimir, how do you want to proceed with this situation?
I yell out, or kind of like say to the two others, "Now's our chance." I'm just gonna bolt for the my gear. I assume they took back my maul after my fight, and everything. So I just grab everything I can real quick and just start running towards uh, the entrance you talked about.
Okay. Nothing was taken from you, but as you move forward, everyone begins to pursue you as well. So,
So much for a
the,
distraction.
the simple rule is that every time you move, it will cost you something. So be careful with your movement, but it's going to take you at least, 30 feet divided by 5 is going to take you 5 movements to make it to your quarry, unless
Okay.
you stop for your supplies as well.
Yeah, get my supplies.
You still have your action. Do you want to move towards your supplies with your action?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2 dexterity saves then.
Jesus. There's a disadvantage, so
No,
a
no
15
disadvantage.
and a 12.
15 and 12 is both a pass, so you're
Holy
able to
crap.
move across this next scene. You quickly grab your supplies, grateful to be with them, and you see that you have another 4 movements to make it through the tunnel. The pirates are now on to you, at least, and are in pursuit. Caspian, how do you proceed?
I'm going to actually do the same.
Okay.
So, 2 dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
I finally lead by example.
Well, that sucked. So the first one's a 4.
Okay.
And the second one's a 13.
Yeah. The second one's a success, but this first time, as you're moving towards, a rogue monkey jumps out of the middle of nowhere and just begins biting on your neck, trying to stop you, taking away 1 hit point from you. Nevertheless, you are with your supplies. Ellie, the pirate crew is beginning to follow Caspian and Vladimir. You have 6 movements to get to the tunnel. You have 2 movements to get to your supplies. Anything else? Anything you'd like to do?
So the whole crew is going after Vladimir and Caspian?
Yeah, they're starting to trickle and follow as, they're able to. Not the entire crew, though.
Okay. This is a really bad idea. I'm just going to actually, instead of running towards my gear, I'm going to trust in my new friends, and I'm just going to shout, "Hey! Why are you paying attention to them? Didn't you see what I've done?" And then I would like to cast fairy fire on as many of the crew as I can and hope that they think that they've caught on fire even though it doesn't burn. I'm trying to go for that intimidation and see if I can start to cause a panic and distract them so my friends can get away and hopefully come back for me.
Very early on in this distraction, that should be easy enough. If you would like, you can make a deception or intimidation check.
Deception or intimidation. Investigation. Ow, kitty cat. Oh, definitely gotta go for deception. That's gonna be a 13, unfortunately. Oh,
You're
good.
good. No, you're good to go. Early on in distraction, they just begin to see the fire lick up all around them. Most of them still intoxicated this time, begin rolling on the floor, taking themselves out.
And I'm just shrieking like, "Fear the wrath of Lolth," even though I have no idea who Lolth is.
Yeah, yeah.
Hear Vladmir saying, "I knew it!"
She's just like, "Shut up and be grateful." And I'm just, like anybody who comes near, I'm just swinging at wildly, trying to act like a bad woman.
So that was a great time. You still have some movement left if you want to use it.
Great, I'm going towards my gear if I can.
Make a dexterity save then.
Okay. 14 plus 6.
You're doing just fine.
Okay.
With gear in hand, Vladimir, you have but 4 movements to get to the opening in the tunnel of the volcano, and in your way stands 20 barrels of ale. You see a ship has overturned and its mast is providing some sort of barrier. And you also see that there is a 3-layered dock where part of the dock has collapsed and they built the dock on top of that, and when that collapsed, so they built another dock on top of that, somewhat of a very ugly skeletal scaffolding. Those 3 barriers stand in your way in getting to the volcano. Not to mention the two pirates chasing after you via cutlasses swinging.
So I gotta vault some barrels and then vault another. Okay, so I'm just doing dex text, I guess.
Depends on how you go. It's up to you. Which route do you want to take?
You know what? I'm running, so I'm just gonna try to see if I could vault over the barrels. It's directly my way. I have no way around it, right? Unless I. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want to go over the barrels? That sounds like an acrobatics check to me.
Oh God.
I think an athletics check could also work too. Athletics, because you're like army crawl over the barrels, or maybe just barrel right through them. Haha, no pun intended.
Or I could just literally hit my maul, just like break them apart.
Well, it sounds like to me. Yeah, it sounds like to me you've indicated that.
Sorry for taking. Oh God, 10.
10.
That was a 7 plus 3.
These are not barrels of ale. These are barrels of like powder and flour. So you just smack right into them and fall back. And
oh God, I'm blinded.
Smoke just fills the area, just flour going everywhere, and pretty soon the 2 pirates follow suit with you, smashing right into the barrels, falling to your left and to your right. You still have your movement. How would you like to proceed?
Yeah, let's keep on running.
The 2 pirates stand up and attempt to go towards you, but you duck out of the way and they smash right into each other. If you would make your dexterity check, dexterity saving throw.
Now let's see about this one. Yeah, it's an 8.
An 8. You trip, you fall, and now your foot is stuck in a hollow plank.
Oh no.
And you're on the other side of the barrels successfully, and you're just out of sight of everyone. Just right foot knee deep into the water.
Oh, when I'm done with them, I'm gonna smite every last one of these pirates.
The monkey begins chattering, Caspian.
And the monkey.
Just chattering in your ear, like trying to get another nibble, pilfer some of your items. Nevertheless, you still have the same opportunity. The barrels now, most of them have been just blown to powder and flour. You have the mast that's fallen over, and then you also have the scaffolding docks. Which route do you take?
Okay, I'm gonna go. I guess I'll follow Vladimir towards the barrels. Is there any way I could just swat this monkey away? Like, it's on my shoulder, like while I'm running. Because that's how I'm picturing it.
Yeah, if you want to get rid of it. Yeah, no problem at all. Just like the rat, the monkey just goes flying through the air, smacks up against the side of a tree, and falls on the ground unconscious.
I'm not going to pursue Vladimir straight away. We have our gear back now from the supplies.
You do. You got them all, except with the exception of Ellie.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
All right, I'm going to grab my short bow and attempt to shoot at one of the pirates.
Okay. Sure.
pursuing Vladimir. So I think I get a +4 because I roll with intelligence for weapons, and then I have +2 for one of my feats. Uh, it's 18 +4.
His legs go out underneath him as the bolt catches his chest and he lands down with only one pirate in your pursuit. You still have your movement, bonus action, and interaction. Anything you would like to do, or do you want to stand your ground?
I'm going to stand my ground a moment.
Okay, many pirates are rushing towards you and they continue to press on to you. Uh, L, you see you're in the same predicament, but the pirates are closing in around you pretty fast since you didn't use any of your movement.
I
Or
used
you
some of
did.
my
You did
movement.
use.
Yeah,
That's
one.
right. That's right. So they're chasing after you as well. You see the same situation, except you have the opportunity to also collect your gear.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna run and grab my gear first.
okay.
Then I am going to stand my ground with Caspian, and I also have a short bow. I'd like to take a shot at a pirate.
With 18 pirates coming to you, you're going to shoot one.
I mean, I can't shoot more than one, can I?
I don't think so.
So I don't have any magic that does multi-damage, but I'm not leaving Caspian behind. He's my friend, so.
Okay, go for it.
Unless, maybe instead I should just grab and just be like, come on! Can I do that instead? I like that.
You can do anything you want. You
That's
still
actually.
yeah. You still have the challenge of the casks of flour, the mast that's fallen over, and the triple-tiered duck. So which way are you dragging in?
I'm gonna grab Caspian by the collar, just be like, it's not the time, and then I'm gonna run towards the fallen mast because I think I could clear that pretty well. So.
Nice. So make your dexterity saving throw, please.
That's another 14 + 6.
Okay, you successfully move with your movement speed. Now, how do you proceed alongside this mast? This mast, considering that you're also dragging Caspian along.
Oh, sure, he's probably running with me. So how is the mast situated? Is it like horizontal and I have to go over it, or it's like?
Yeah, the ship fell over and the mast provides like a not pole vault, but like a hurdle.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to go up and over it. If there's any of the rigging, maybe climb that with my second story work.
Okay, with second story work, I'll say just roll a straight roll since you're dragging Caspian along. And that's going to be an acrobatics check. Let's see if you can both pole vault over.
Oh no! Oh wait. Okay, it's a 7 + 6.
Just use Cassian as the actual pole vaulting.
No.
Yeah, so
probably.
obviously the situation has gotten tense with a 13.
13, I think. Yeah.
You manage to make it across, and you find yourself becoming very light suddenly. So about maybe 150 pounds lighter.
No.
As, your hand feels lighter, and Caspian is now sitting on his butt, back up against the mast, and he's seeing 18 pirates come towards him.
Oh my god.
All right, then I will, if I'm allowed to, turn around and start aiming my bow for my next volley.
You draw your bow ready to strike. At the top of the round, Vladimir, with your foot stuck in the water.
Okay.
Fish have begun to nibble on your boot.
How close are my two companions and from me right now?
They took a completely different route towards the mast, so I would say they're at least 30 feet away.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, at least 30 feet. How about the group of pirates following them? For me.
Following them 30 feet away.
And
they're closing the gap. The other two have lost sight of you and are now distracted by Caspian.
Okay. So I see all that. I'm going to run towards the mob of pirates right behind them, like kind of flanking them for my 30 feet. And I'm going to pray under my breath to Coralin, muttering with my breath. And I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Yay!
Using my Divine Channel Divinity to max damage for 24 damage on all of them.
Yay!
Wow. How many do you get to target?
A radius of 15 feet. From myself, 15 feet out. In the cube, 15 by 15 cube.
How much do you want to get in the fray?
Oh, as much as I can. As much.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
blow them all to smithereens. This is what
Make-
I was trying to.
Vladimir's having a bad day.
I am
Gonna split stuff in
tired
a barrel.
of
Doesn't want to talk
pirates.
about it.
Of being useless. Most importantly, my pride.
You're representing Corlin.
Okay. Let's see here. One group rolls a 16, taking half damage.
Yes.
Another group fails, taking 24 damage. And the last group rolls a natural 1. So, considering how that happened, Vladimir, what does this look like?
So you see just a storm manifested from nowhere in this dark, wet beach with people just screaming and hollering at you guys, and they scattered about just like a barrel just exploded of dynamite, except it's not fire, it's just electricity just sparses all around. You see them flying all directions except for a third of them were singed. And
the third of them you watch as they quickly skid to a halt, watching this magic manifest, and then just yell, "Duck and cover!" And they rush towards the broken flour barrels, and they cover themselves, rolling along the side out of your distance as this blast emanates. Caspian, the flour just lands in your face, and you're covered in white. Everyone, all the pirates, immediately, 6 of them completely dead, laying at your feet. The ground is stilled. The quarry has ceased its chase. And Ellie, your bow still holds tight. Your arrow notched. How do you proceed?
Nobody's chasing us anymore?
They're not chasing, it's just this instant explosion of stillness, and they're just moving back away from Vladimir as he just stands his ground like a lightning rod.
Can I see the captain?
Yes.
Can I see his parrot?
Yes.
I'm shooting at the parrot.
I knew it. You said, "Can I see the parrot?" I was like, "Okay."
Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay.
It's going to be a 15.
Natural 20. I'm a parrot!
Well done.
The parrot was the secret BBEG though, so.
Oh gosh. Do I need to roll damage now?
No, you don't, because
Okay.
the red eyes of this parrot begin to flicker, and as you shoot straight through it, it boom explodes in a smoke of brimstone and sulfur, and begins leaking ichor down the shoulder of Captain Festerwound. His beard is singed, blown half apart by this explosion, and he spits violently and looks to each of you and curses in infernal. Caspian, you have your turn as you are on your butt covered in flour, watching this explosion of thunder wave, the arrow flying through the air, and the bird now splattered like...
Caspian's just gonna get up immediately and try to get over this mast.
Over the mast, and what you see is Aram, who previously disguised as an old woman, is motioning towards getting into the volcano. He says, "Quick, now's your chance." And he looks at you with plead in his eyes. You have a moment to respond.
I was trying to. Thumbs up, and I'm just gonna dart for it.
Okay. Caspian stays the course, heading towards the volcanic tunnel. At the top of the round, there are a good many pirates who, fair to say, they're nursing their wounds, slinking back forward, caused by this confusion. Max damage indeed. They move around. A couple of the prisoners trying to escape through the woods. You see some of them climbing over the walls, some of them diving into the ocean. Just grateful to be out of this fray, out of this presence of this mad captain. The Caspian, there's a couple pirates who are now cowering away from you. some holding their shoulders, some reeling with dizziness. How do you proceed?
Caspian? They're afraid of Caspian?
I'm sorry, Vladmir.
Oh,
Yeah.
They look
that
like they've
makes more
seen a
sense.
ghost.
Not Caspian.
Yeah, I was
I
like- I was like,
I'm
wait,
covered
wait.
in like white
I knew it.
powder.
No, oh gosh.
I'm covered in like I look like a ghost except for my
Yeah.
eyes that were closed while I hit the freaking flower. I look like a half ghost, just like hair flailed, half naked from like no gear, just like a mall. Robbie, I spit to the side, and I go out of my way. I just like run past him. I'm gonna try to catch up to you guys.
Indeed, you are striding alongside Caspian. At the bottom of the round, Ellie, with your arrow freshly gone, and Captain Festerwound giving a dirty look in your direction. How do you proceed?
I'm going to smile sweetly at him, offer him a bow, and then book it to the cave.
Oh, beautiful. Indeed, you all make it. And Aram, nowhere to be seen at this point, you see that he is now moving towards the flour barrels, injuring himself, making it look like he was part of the violence. The tunnel is black and dark. Quickly, you find yourself out of earshot from the yelling and the cursing and the screaming. Deeper and deeper you descend, your foot finding that the ground is hard and volcanic. The smell of ash and sulfur begin to fill up your nostrils. The air becomes tight and hot as you descend deeper and deeper into the volcano. Hey, this is Jonathan with Sojourners Awake. This concludes part 3 of Escape from Skull Island. Make sure to check in with Vladmir, Caspian, and Ellie as they descend deeper into the volcano to complete the quest and finally escape Skull Island. So for now, our story concludes.